The first PEA, or the maiden resource we issued, the resource size was about 168 million tons of inferred. What we said at the time is that we were going to continue drilling both laterally and at depth, which we've done. And we issued the updated resource last month, which was close to 300 million tons. So what we chose to do is to update the PEA, which we issued in January, with this new resource. And those are the results that we published today.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Barry Murphy. He is the Chief Operating Officer for Aclara Resources. And Barry, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Good, thanks, Steve. Thanks for accommodating me today. It's good to speak to you again.
Yeah, good to speak to you as well. And you've got some significant news out. You're revealing a PEA towards the early production of the Carina module in Brazil. So let's remind everyone a little bit about Project first, and then we'll go into the details of the PEA.
Yeah, sure, Steve. So the Carina project is the second of the two projects that we have. So the first is in Chile called the Penco project. Carina is an asset that we discovered over the last 2 years, and we issued the first the maiden mineral resource last year I think it was December last year, which formed the basis of the first PEA, which we issued in January this year. And this is it's a very impressive resource. It's ionic clay, as is with Penco project in Chile, but this is significantly larger. So this is about 10 times the size of Chile, and carries with it a good grade of the important rare earths that we plan to mine. These are the heavy rare earths of terbium and dysprosium. So very excited. It's in the state of Goiás, and that state in itself has been very welcoming of us. They've been very supportive of us entering their state, and are working with us to support us wherever they can. So it's been going well so far.
Yeah, and so you've updated the PEA, and the numbers are out and very robust. You're pretty happy with what you're seeing?
Very happy. Yeah, so the first PEA, or the maiden resource we issued, the resource size was about 168 million tons of inferred. What we said at the time is that we were going to continue drilling both laterally and at depth, which we've done. And we issued the updated resource last month, which was close to 300 million tons. So what we chose to do is to update the PEA, which we issued in January, with this new resource. And those are the results that we published today.
Yeah, MPV at 1.5 billion, 8% discount there. Internal rate of review at 27%. Payback period of just 4 years. I mean, this is what people are looking for these days in these types of projects.
Absolutely, that's right. This is very attractive, and it's a big bump on what we had in January in the PEA. So we bumped the NPV at 8% from the 1.2 billion, which we included in the previous PEA, to close to 1.5 billion now. And that's obviously as a result of the increased resource size, which carries with it a very healthy increase in these rare earths, where we're forecasting in this particular asset about 100,000 tons of the total rare earth oxide. That's compared to around 70,000 tons that we declared in the first PEA. So with this updated PEA, this increased resource brings obviously greater total rare earth oxide, but importantly, it brings with it an increase in the terbium and dysprosium as well, where we've shown an increase of about 22% compared to what we issued before. So with this increase, we will be producing approximately 13% of the official Chinese declared production of these two heavy rare earths, which are obviously really important for the automotive sector, for permanent magnets, and also for wind turbines, etc. So it's a healthy production scale that we've managed to achieve with this PEA, and looking forward to the next steps.
Yeah, and just on that, I know that you're underway with a 15,000 meter phase 2 drill program right now, and that'll finish sometime in the fall. But there are obviously still a lot more work that you can do here to potentially improve the numbers as well.
Correct, yes. So we're busy with this 50,000 meter drilling campaign, and what that's doing, it's converting essentially the inferred resource to indicated, which we'll then use for the pre-feasibility study, which is underway at the moment as well. We announced last year, or earlier this year rather, that we had engaged Hatch in Belo Horizonte in Brazil to work with us to develop the pre-feasibility study and the feasibility study. So that's all going according to plan, and the drilling is also progressing really well. Our intention is to continue with advancing the project through the pre-feasibility study and into the feasibility study, where we're estimating conservatively that we'll bring it into production in 2029. Why I say conservatively is that we think there are opportunities there to bring it in earlier, possibly into 2028, and particularly with this new memorandum of understanding that we signed a couple of weeks back with the state of Goiás, where they've offered to help us where they can to expedite all of the environmental permits that will allow us to come into production earlier. So all of that bodes well for this asset. We're also working to optimize the flow sheet, to improve recoveries. And in fact, the most recent recoveries that we're seeing are an improvement in terms of both recoveries, but also in terms of the purity of the concentrate that we will be producing. So all looking very, very healthy.
Yeah, exciting times for sure. Barry, thank you so much. Good update and good to talk to you as well.
Likewise, good to see you again.
All right, there's Barry Murphy, the Chief Operating Officer for Aclara Resources.